on the side. And for the Mooks of Tillamook, the Cheesemakers, all white uniforms with red letters and numbers, black helmets with the script across the side of the helmet. These two teams trying to find their way to a state championship game. And as Coach said, LeGrand has been there a few times. Tillamook, it's been quite a while since they've made a visit to the final weekend of football. Tillamook will kick off, and it will be number 2, Tanner Hoskins, the junior quarterback, to put his foot in the ball. We'll be talking about this quite a bit tonight. The Mooks have a lot of kids that got a lot of postseason honors, and they certainly, on a senior-laden team, have a lot of talent. But at some of the skill positions, underclassmen reign the day. Other games that are going on right now, the 1A semifinal, an 8-man, Myrtle Point taking on St. Paul. The other semifinal also going on, Lost River against Powder Valley. A little bit later on tonight, back about a half hour from now, Scappoose and Estacada will cap off our Saturday of football. And the approach, the foot in the ball, and a high end overhand kick will be taken back at the 5-yard line by Jay Scouse. Right up the middle, 20-25, makes a move, 30-yard line, up the middle, 35, 40, makes a move again to the 45, right to the Bruin, near midfield. First and 10, LeGrand at the 47-yard line.
Well, great start to this one. It looked like the Cheesemakers had him pretty much contained back there, but a couple moves, and all of a sudden he's at the 45 in great field position.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Let's get you the offense led by Logan Williams, the senior quarterback, 175 pounds. Sam Chachis on one wide receiver and Josh Collins the other. Jay Scow, who just returned that kick, the third wide receiver. Dominic Fields is in the backfield along with Williams to his left. 2 wideouts to the left, single wide out right. Williams gets it in his belly to the right side, 45-yard line, 50. Breaks a tackle, 45, inside Mook territory, inside the 40, finally cut down at the 38-yard line. A burst of 14 yards by Dominic Fields, a 6'1", 175-pound junior. Across the front line, Kenai Huff, Jared Armstrong, center Meyer Whitmore, Jack Sunderman, and Ryan Vanderzandy. The front line for LeGrand. First and 10, one play, 14 yards and a first down, and they're already in Cheesemaker territory at the 38-yard line. Just underway, 11:32 left in the opening quarter of play. 2 wideouts to the top of the screen. Near side, single wideout is Chachis. The handoff left side. It'll go to Fields again. Fields bursts through the line and gets the edge down to the 35 and moves the pile forward near the 33-yard line. Wideout is the gain of 5 yards on first down. Make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, for the second play in a row, great blocking up front by the LeGrand offensive line. Opened up some holes. That first time for 14, this time for 5 or 6.
3-3-5. They'll run a nickel for the most part with the Cheesemakers. Logan Mossinger, Sam Diaz, Austin Berry, Killian all across the front line. The linebackers, Andrew Wright, Gilbert Whitlack, and Seth Waringer. We'll get you the deep men, the safeties, and the corners in a moment. In motion comes Scow through the formation from right to left. Now peels off, direct snap to the quarterback Williams, and he will move forward and then get pushed back at the 30-yard line. Lost the football. The football came out. Does Tillamook have it? They do. First turnover of the night, and it comes early. 1:27 seconds into the game. I'm trying to figure out who knocked that away, and I think it was Whitlatch who punched it out. We'll see how they officially score that, but it was Diaz on the recovery. Logan Williams went up the middle. He was close to the first down and got licked.
Yeah, he just made a cut. Someone reached out a paw and knocked it loose.
So let's quickly flip the page, and it will be Tillamook now offensively. The handoff in the backfield, left side at a big hole, gaping hole, 35-yard line, 40, spinning around, and there's a 13-yard gain on first down by Judah Werner. And Werner will move the stick. So eerily similar to what LeGrand did on their first play. Werner says, what you can do, I can do better. Tanner Hoskins is your quarterback, the junior all-conference player. 1,200 yards through the air, 334 yards on the ground. Werner, who just made that carry, 100 carries on the season, 848 yards. Werner gets it right side this time, gets the edge, 45, and then cut down near the 47, near the 48, and they'll mark him at the 49-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. On the outside there, Caden Nelson makes the stop. Across the front line for Tillamook, Austin Barry Killian, Ken Lopez. Center is Seth Lando, Landon Simmons, Sam Diaz. Wide receivers, all-conference player of the year offensively, Zion Hurleman, Parker McKibben, Tyler Moncrief, and Garrison Gunder. Werner in the backfield with Tanner Hoskins, the quarterback. Now you got split backs behind Hoskins out under center, and the flip on the wide receiver screen, and it's over his head, and a flag flies. Looks like there could have been some movement or offsides.
It looked to me like he was moved early, but they would have blown it dead, I would have thought.
First flag of the evening. We'll see what the call is. Could this be going against the Tigers? No, it's against Tillamook. Or is that a hold? I think it's a hold against Tillamook. So Parker McKibben was trying to help out Hurleman with the reception and trying to set up that screen. There was a flag on the far side of the field as well. It looks like that was a hold, Coach. So it's going to come back, or maybe not. Yeah, it's a hold, 10 yards. No, there's only 5, so it wasn't a hold. It must have been a false. But you're right. It was a false start. They should have just blown the play dead. Maybe they tried to and nobody heard them. They just kept going.
Yeah.
Second down and 10 now after the 5-yard penalty. We'll sort it all out here eventually. LeGrand runs a 4-4-3, so 4 down linemen. Actually, a 4-2-5, if I correct myself now as I look at my spotting chart, which I so meticulously put together earlier this week. Out of the gun again. Hoskins back to pass, sets up the screen, finds Werner in the flat, then drops the ball. Had it at the 39-yard line. That was one of those where you start turning up field first before you have it collected into your belly, and an incomplete pass will make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, the LeGrand defenders were closing pretty quick. I don't know if he would have got a whole lot had he caught it, but either way, it comes up as an incomplete.
Defensive line, Meyer Whitmore, Jared Armstrong, Kenai Huff, and Eli Bessinis for LeGrand. Linebackers, Bryson Penazzola and David Sain, who was the late add, the last starter chosen by head coach Rich McIlmoyle. And we'll get to the defensive backfield if we have time here on 3rd and 10. In motion out of the backfield, back to pass, screen set up underneath, caught there by Werner, right side, up to the midfield stripe, bouncing off of defenders, down to the 50-yard line, 49, and just shy of the first down by a few yards, so it'll be 4th down, and quickly up over the football. Tillamook's not going to huddle. They're going to hurry. 4th down, 4th and 3. They're going to try and get LeGrand to jump, and they do a bit, but LeGrand does not come across the line. Oh, yes, they do. They throw the flag. Tigers jumped, and it's exactly what Tillamook was trying to do, was to get LeGrand to get antsy, and they did, and that gives them enough for the first down.
Wow. You rarely see that work, but, you know, in the high school level, it might work a little more often, and that's a big play. It's a big penalty.
Jake Scow, Griffin McIlmoyle, Sam Chachis, Josh Collins, and Cade Nelson, the defensive backs for LeGrand, as there were 8 guys up in the box, and 1 or 2 of them jumped through. So by the penalty, Tillamook gets the first down. They'll put 5 in the patterned empty backfield for Hoskins. And on the end around, the handoff to the wide receiver coming around in. Not much there. Going from right to left through the formation, the handoff goes to Werner, who is set up in the slot. He's the running back, but it was just kind of putting him in motion through the slot and the formation. Only gain of 1 on the play. 8:18, clock rolls, opening quarter of play. We've already had a turnover. LeGrand put it on the ground. Tillamook took advantage, and they've got the football for the first time, and they're in LeGrand territory at the 44-yard line. Opening drive for the Cheesemakers in this 4A semifinal from Barlow High School. Hoskins in the backfield, Werner to his left, and back to pass. Big rush comes, hit as he throws, downfield, just too far in front of the wide receiver. Down in the end zone, and just out in front. Hoskin keeps it himself. He's not going anywhere. And the ball came out. Yep. The ball is loose again, but I think Tillamook hopped on it at the 46-yard line, but that play did not go anywhere. Hoskins is stoned. He lost the football, was recovered by one of his linemen, but a loss of 3 on the play. It'll make it 4th down and 12. And with the wind at their back, Tillamook's going to kick this one away and try and pin LeGrand deep. So a promising drive after the fumble recovery from Tillamook. It withers away at the 46-yard line of LeGrand, and Tigers are going to get it back. Scow back to receive, stands at his 20-yard line. Snap is good. Hurlman kicks it away, and Scow will catch it inside his 15. Cups up the right sideline to outside the numbers to the 20, 25, gets the corner, and then he's cut down near the 30. Going to mark him out officially at the 29. That's where the Tigers will start their second possession, 1st and 10. Dear style, efficiency, and performance. Glad we're on the same team this season and every season. Let's keep huddling up and going for it. Toyota, let's go places.
Today.
No more coaching on your side. You are on it. 6:50 left, opening quarter play. I'm Danny, that's the coach. Thanks for joining us on the OSAA Radio Network. LeGrand and Tillamook on this beautiful Saturday night
of Hoskins
in Gresham, Oregon. Single wideouts right and left.
It'll be a pass. Flare to the running back, and he dropped
to the right of him in the backfield.
And it would have been a tough play defensively. It looked like Caden Nelson was coming up quickly.
Near the 35, nifty gain of
I thought Nelson was going to level it.
First down. Mark it at the 33-yard line, officially a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, both teams have shown that they can move the ball a little bit. Obviously, we don't have any points yet, but I think this is about to open up soon.
Last LeGrand loss was back on the 16th of September to Estacada, 32-28. They've run off 9 straight since then. Or, pardon me, 8, yeah. 8 straight since then. 6:15 clock rolls here. First quarter, no score. LeGrand 2nd and 6. Direct snap goes to the quarterback. Williams dances around at the line, spins her up to the 39-yard line as he falls forward for 3, almost 4 yards. He's going to be close to that first down. Going to be just shy of it, however, as he's half a football, maybe 2 footballs away from the first.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he had anything there, but he just kept picking his way and was able to pick up a few yards and make it close.
5:50 clock rolls here in the opening quarter of play, no score. Second possession for the Tigers. They coughed it up on their first possession in cheesemaker territory, about the 34-yard line. And now they face a third and very short out of the pistol. Williams will send in motion. Scow through the formation, gives a little flip pass, and Scow will take it up over the 40-yard line, and the ball came loose again. And it went backwards, so he had progress over the 40-yard line. I think that's where they're going to say it stopped. It did not come out. They popped him backwards, and so that's enough for the first down. Boy, it kind of looked like the ball, the way everyone was reacting on the field as well, like it went backwards, but maybe it was just his momentum that went backwards.
Yeah, I think the 3 cheesemaker defenders pushed him backwards or piled him backwards. But
made a little sandwich.
Good first down.
Cheese sandwiches are pretty good. Cheese sandwich, a little tomato soup.
There you go, yeah. Could use that right about now.
We could. Anything right now that's warm. 1st and 10, flags fly before the play can develop for the Tigers, and this one's probably going to get blown dead for a false start on LeGrand. Tigers and Cheesemakers trying to get to next Saturday at a spot to be determined, by the way. All the rest of it, so the championship matchups have been set for the Friday games. That's the 5A, the 6A, the 2 6A games, Columbia Cup, and the 6A OSAA state championships. Those are all going to be at Hillsborough Stadium on Friday. The 6A games in the afternoon, the 5A state championship, 7 p.m. at Hillsborough Stadium. We'll announce all of the sites for the rest of the classification Saturday championships. That'll be on the OSAA website later on tonight, so go check it at osaa.org. Back to pass, rolling out is the ball up in the air. Williams had it tipped, and it's intercepted. Coming back the opposite direction, that is Parker McKibben, and McKibben into Tiger territory and pushed out of bounds on the tip ball. Out of play, and where they officially mark him at the 23-yard line. So the second turnover by LeGrand here in the first quarter of play, and this time the Cheesemakers have it in great field position at the LeGrand 23.
Yeah, they really do, and that's just a miscue there. It might have got away from him a little bit, but it was tipped and fell into the arms of the cheesemaker, and they are in almost in the red zone already.
Hoskins will come off the sideline. The junior quarterback will break the huddle. He'll have Werner behind him, near side left. Comes Gunder, and the handoff goes to Werner. Werner slides down the line off the right and follows the tackle down inside the 20. It'll be marked right at the 20-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play, second down and 7. 4 minutes exactly left in this first quarter of play, no score. Tillamook's second possession, and they start their possessions both times off of turnovers. 3 receivers to the left. Gunder, along with Hurleman and McKibben. Moncrief over there as well. Handoff, inside stab step, outside Werner, gets the numbers inside the 20, down near the 17, and squeezes it forward, trying to reach the 16, but they'll mark his forward progress at the 17, so another gain of 3 yards. It will be third down and 5. 4-down territory, you would think.
Yeah, it's hard to say. They do have the wind behind them. It all depends on what kind of confidence they have in their kicking game.
We saw a 37-yard field goal last night, pardon me. Back to pass, rolling out right is Hoskins on 3rd and 5 in the end zone. Leap and incomplete. Looking in the corner, it looked like that was for either Moncrief or Hurleman. Actually, it was Gunder who was over in the far corner of the end zone.
And he had a few options there. A couple of other receivers were open that could have picked up the first down. He elected to go for the touchdown, and now we're going to see what decision they make.
And that was Scow on the coverage for LeGrand. It's 4th down, 4th and 5. Should be 4th down, that's right. Up on the scoreboard it says 3rd and 5, but it is 4th and 5. Yard marker on the far side says 4th. Got to make sure you get that straight. 2 receivers right and left. Single setback is Werner in the formation. Hand off to Werner. He's not going to be forward enough for the first down. He's going to be stopped short. So Tillamook rolls the dice and comes up short on 4th and 5, and the Tigers get it back.
Yeah, kind of a little surprised by the play call, just a dive up the middle. But I guess if LeGrand wasn't expecting it, it may have worked. But they were right there for it.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it as well. No score. 2:57 left. Opening quarter play. LeGrand and Tillamook. OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Following your team through the postseason is as easy as clicking your way to osaa.org, where you'll find up-to-the-minute results, schedules, where to buy tickets, and maps and directions to every member school. See year-by-year archive results for every activity, links to media coverage, and your direct connection to all OSAA network coverage. The OSAA is on the web at www.osaa.org.
The NFHS Network captures the passion, the pride, and the energy of the high school experience by delivering live high school sports and events to family members and fans wherever they are, whenever they want. 34 states, 27 different sports. The NFHS Network celebrates the accomplishments of students. All NFHS Network events are available online at nfhsnetwork.com and on iPhone and Android mobile apps.
LeGrand starts first at 10. Quick pass over there. Picked off. Left side. It's Elgin Maciel down inside the 6-yard line. The second interception and the third turnover of the first quarter on the Tigers. And how many times can they keep dodging the bullet? But now it's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for Tillamook. That one just sailed a little bit on Logan Williams on the first down play from their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, third turnover, and each time they've got better and better field position. This one all the way down to the 6-yard line. You can't ask for much more.
Well, I think we're going to get a heavy dose of Werner here. Judah Werner, who has 8 touchdowns on the season and just cracked almost over 800, 900 yards as he came in tonight at 848. 3 in the backfield, handoff. Werner following his fullback down to the 5-4-3-2. And is he in? Yes, touchdown, Tillamook. Well, that's all it took. One play, 6-yard touchdown run by Werner. Extra point try away from taking a 7-0 lead.
Well, you can't ask for much more out of that Tillamook defense. They've already created 3 turnovers, and this time get them all the way down to the 6-yard line where they punch it in. LeGrand's going to need to figure something out here. They can't keep giving the ball back.
Well, they dodged the bullet a couple of times, but now the extra point try up and good. Look at the scoreboard, 7-0 Tillamook, 2:44 left opening quarter on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years, so we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
Stay connected to your favorite school and team with the new OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features schedules, results, rankings, and standings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. Access OSAA state championship programs to read the latest prep news and information from OSAA Today and newspapers around the state. OSAA Live is the best way to stay up to date on Oregon high school activities. Search OSAA Live in the App Store and Google Play or visit osaa.org/app to download today.
The third turnover by the LeGrand Tigers, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble in this first quarter of play, and it finally bites them as a 6-yard touchdown run. And the ball up over the top of Jay Scout. He's got to get into the end zone, and he does, and recovers it there for a touchback. And the Tigers dodge another bullet. So LeGrand definitely a bit shaky out of the gate here in this semifinal game. Again, 2 interceptions and a fumble. And the field just getting shorter and shorter for Tillamook. And after that last turnover, 6 yards away from the end zone, just 1 play, and Judah Warner takes it in for his 9th touchdown of the season. It's a 7-0 lead for Tillamook.
Yeah, and in some ways, if you're LeGrand, you got to feel a little fortunate to only be down 7 after the start they've had.
So Logan Williams, 1 of 3. He's actually, I hate to say this, completed all of his passes, because 2 of them have been interceptions. Handoff into the belly of the running back, Dominic Fields, and Fields is getting stoned by the front of that line of Logan Motsinger, Sam Diaz. Andrew White comes in from his linebacker position along with Gilbert Whitlatch. 2:22 clock rolls, loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11 for the Tigers, ball marked at the 20-yard line. Tigers and the Cheesemakers both coming in at 9-2 marks on the season. Tigers, though, shaky out of the gate. They got to get things collected now. They've got an opportunity here, 2nd and 11. Flag flies at the start of the play. It's Williams keeping it himself and kind of weaves his way forward and through the mass of white shirts in front of him and gets up near the 25-yard line. A nice little gain of about 6 yards, but let's see if it holds. False start, though, against the Tigers. So that one's going to come back. LeGrand's got to find some good mojo right now because the wheels are coming off the tracks.
Yeah, and other than that first drive, they'd struggled moving the ball, and now they're up against 2nd and long. It'd be nice for them to be able to pick up about half of this, give themselves something a little more manageable on 3rd down.
First, and they're going to call it 15, or pardon me, 1st and 15, but it looks more like 16 from this angle. So clock runs, 1:24 left, opening quarter of play. It's 1st and 16 on another flag flies and a delay of game as Logan Williams was not watching the back judge, who puts his hand up when there's 5 seconds left. There is a play clock, even though there's not one that is visible to the fans. You just have to watch that back judge. He'll throw his arm up in the air when there's 5 seconds left on that play clock, and Logan Williams did not recognize it. So now it's 1st and 21 back inside the 10. Handoff on the end around the little wide receiver sweep, and it's taken there by Josh Collins, who will just slide forward for a couple to the 13-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, still 2nd and 17.
Yeah, and with the amount of time that's left, if they don't pick up a first down, it looks like they're going to have to be punting into the wind.
3rd down for the Tigers.
Tyler Moncrief was on the stop, so it's third down with 45 seconds left in the quarter. They might be able to sneak this one through. They can keep this play going for a little bit. Back to pass, Williams. Williams over the middle. Ball almost picked off again. It was knocked down by Gilbert Whitlatch at the 16-yard line, and that was a bullet. And I tell you what, if that was a little bit softer, Whitlatch might have been able to hold on.
Yeah, he zipped that one, but that's going to bring up fourth down. And with 37 seconds and the clock not running, they're going to have to punt it into the wind, which should give Tillamook pretty good field position.
So standing just outside of his goal line is Sam Chachas, standing at the 2. Back deep to receive is Gunder, and Gunder will say stay away from it as it bounces at the 35-yard line and rolls forward. LeGrand roll, but not much, to the 37, and that's where Tillamook will start first and 10 with 27 seconds left in the opening quarter of play, and the Cheesemakers up 7-0.
Yeah, they have an opportunity here to really take the reins in this game. They've got LeGrand on their heels, and now already into LeGrand territory. Some points here, put the pressure on.
The only appearance by Tillamook in a state championship game was way back in 1977.
Wow.
When they lost to South Umpqua.
You graduated, didn't it? Somewhere around there.
I graduated in 82. Don't make me older than I already am. Smart Alec. Did you graduate when dirt was invented? Tillamook 7, LeGrand nothing. All those things aside, yes, we have a football game to play. Here's Hoskins out of the pistol with 2 backs behind him. And Hoskins will keep it himself on the option, and he goes around the right end, down inside the 35-yard line near the 30 before he's finally cut down. That will likely be the last play of the first quarter unless they get up over the football quick. Yeah, Tillamook right away back over the ball. They want to get one more play in with the wind at their back. Handoff to the right side, up the middle, and running over defenders, Elijah Massell. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Tillamook over LeGrand on the OSAA radio network. Start the second quarter after this.
The best memories of your trip to the state championship live forever in quality photos taken by Northwest Sports Photography, the official photographer of the OSAA. NSP photographers are at every OSAA championship final, capturing the best action photos and the highest quality award shots. To purchase photos, check out the NSP booth on site or browse online at 4nsp.com. That's the number 4nsp.com.
The OSAA Foundation is making great strides in enhancing the future of Oregon high school activities. From getting kids out for activities, keeping them safe while playing, or helping schools develop new programs, the OSAA Foundation is here to assist. Since 2005, the OSAA Foundation has donated over $1 million to member schools. Find out more information on how you can get involved at osaafoundation.org.
We start the second quarter of play here in this 4A semifinal at Barlow High School. Danny Howell with Coach Tony Stasson on the OSAA radio network. Tillamook faces a 1st and 10 just outside the red zone at the LeGrand 21-yard line, up 7-0. Hand off into the belly of Warner around the left side, going to be dragged down from behind, and did a great job to get back to the line of scrimmage, +1. Boy, and roping him and riding him like a bronc down the line was number 60 for the Tigers. Let's pick up his name. It's Jack Sunderman.
Yeah, that was a good play because it looked like he might have taken a 2 or 3 yard loss, and turns out where he actually picked up a yard. So
Sunderman
positive.
Sunderman got a fistful of jersey. He did not let go. Near side wide out for Tillamook will be Elijah Wilcott. Draw play up the middle, and Warner again is going to get stuck. The cowbell's coming out, and they need a little bit more cowbell.
There it is.
Yeah, it didn't take me long. It only took me 1 quarter and about 55 seconds. So, I mean, 3rd down and 8, gain of 1. So 2 1-yard runs by Werner, and ball nosed right at the 20-yard line of the Tigers with 10:53. Clock rolls, 7-0 Tillamook lead.
Yeah, we got this has got to be 4-down territory going into the win, unless they have a really strong kicker.
Gunder out to the right side. 3 receivers to the short side of the field, top of the screen. Back to pass, throwing the flat ball caught by Werner, trying to get an edge. Makes one man miss, gets outside the numbers, 15, gets down to the 10, and he reaches towards the 11 and is knocked down, and I think he got the first down by a yard, and he did. So 3rd down and 8, and Werner gets 1 yard more than he needs, and it's 1st and 10. They can get a first down just inside the 2.
And really patient running there by him. He waited for a blocker to get set up, and that's what sprung him for that first down.
Tillamook leads 7-0. We're a minute and a half into this second quarter of play, and the Cheesemakers are driving again. Trio of the receivers at the top of the screen. And back to pass, the ball thrown in the flat, caught there and going to the outside, trying to get outside the numbers, Moncrief, and he is taken down inside the 10-yard line, out near the 5. Actually has Hurleman on the catch. It's really hard to pick up between a 9 and an 8 on that far sideline. So now Hurleman will come to the near side of the formation. He'll set there. With Gunder. 3 in the backfield. Give to Werner, left side, 5, 4, 3, 2, reaches for the goal line, touchdown! Judah Werner picks up his second running touchdown of the evening, one from 6 yards, this one from 5 out, and it's 13-0 Tillamook.
Yeah, really nice drive by Tillamook, and they look like the experienced team here tonight. They're acting like they've been here before, very calm under pressure and really handling it.
Tanner Hoskins, the kick, it's up and it's good. We got a flag. Flag behind the play. Don't let everybody start running off the field yet. Let's see what the penalty marker is. It's going to be against the Tigers, so this one's going to be declined. The extra point's going to be good. 9:49 left. First half will play. 14-0 Tillamook on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
What's stopping you from going to school and learning new things? Or buying an old car to make it new again? Do you dream about building a business, exploring new places, or even buying your very first home? Whatever you're trying to do, On Point Community Credit Union can help you do it. With low interest loans, credit cards, business banking, and more. On Point. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
7 plays, 37 yards, 2:38 off the clock, 5-yard touchdown run, the second of the night for Judah Werner. It's 14-0 Tillamook. Squib kick, very short, against the wind from Tillamook back to LeGrand. It's covered up at the 39-yard line, so the Tigers will start in pretty good field position. And, Coach, you almost feel like it's really early, but you almost feel like LeGrand's got to get something going offensively. They've already committed 3 turnovers in this game.
Yeah, they really just need to get a first down and take care of the ball at this point, start getting some momentum back in their favor.
Logan Williams out of the pistol. He'll go back to pass, looking to the left side upfield. Caught! 45-yard line. There goes Jay Scow inside the 40, down to the 35, and cut down at the 34. Well, there's the play to maybe get some juice in the tank.
Yeah, and they're going to hurry up to the line and try to keep this momentum that they're picking up.
Right now, Tillamook with 5 first downs. That's LeGrand's 3rd first down of the night. 9:29 clock rolls. Back to pass again. Feeling it. Williams going deep. Down the right sideline. Angling to the corner. Incomplete. Looking for Scow at the 4-yard line. The ball just kind of trailed out of bounds. And right there, the wind probably took it because that is exactly the direction the wind is blowing here from east to west.
Yeah, and I think LeGrand, now they got the wind behind them, they're eager to get up to the line and get the play going. And, you know, that big play, we've seen it in the first 2 games we've done this weekend. One big play could change the whole game.
Out wide to the right goes Chachas. Near side left comes Scow. He's in the slot. Collins outside of him, wide on the left side of the formation. Turn the give into the belly of Fields. Left side got a block. 30-yard line, 25. Down inside the 25. Down to the 22. That'll move the Sticks on a 13-yard carry. 1st and 10. Tigers down by 14. And limping off the field running is Garrison Gunder, 2-way player for Tillamook. So you've got a new corner coming into the game. That's Baird Haggerty, who had been taking a rest. So let's see if LeGrand recognizes that. Near side is Chachas as the wide out. Top of the screen goes Scow. Handoff goes right side. Fields. He follows a block inside the 20-yard line. Cut down at the 18. Gain. Well, actually, they're going to mark him back at the 20 where his knee touched. So that's a gain of 2.5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down at 8.
Yeah, now LeGrand's mixing it up with the pass and run pretty well, and they got themselves in the red zone.
8.5 minutes clock ticking away here in the second quarter. A rapidly moving first half of play here from Barlow High School. Single wide out top of the screen is Chachas. 2 in the backfield. That's Scow to the left of Williams now. To the right of him is Fields. And back to pass is Williams. Throws it up high for Scow. Too high and out of bounds.
And there's a flag down.
And and this could be a hold or this could be personal foul. No, it's
a hold.
It's a hold. So the Tigers do not connect on the 2nd and 8 play, and now they're going to get marched backwards 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 20, 2nd and 18.
Yeah, those can be drive killers, those 10-yard penalties for sure.
Ball marked at the 34-yard line. 8:07, clock stopped with the penalty. 14-0 Tillamook, first half of the 4A state semifinal. Winner of this game plays the winner of Scappoose and Estacada, the Rangers, the top seed. Waiting for the ball, Williams gets it out of the gun, throws it, whips it right side, too high for his intended receiver on the far sideline, Joshua Collins.
Yeah, and he didn't get his feet set. He had time, but he rushed that throw a little bit, saw he was wide open, and just didn't connect.
And Williams, the senior, and under senior leadership, timeout going to be taken by LeGrand, but we'll hold it right here. Just does not seem to be comfortable right now, whether it's a combination of just some jitters, whether it's the weather or whether it's the pressure that Tillamook's putting on him right now, because he has been running around the entire evening thus far here through a quarter and a half. The OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. Access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or OSAA live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Visit OSAA.org/tickets
today.
Well, you say that so demurely.
I have to mix it up.
Okay.
You know.
Well, you don't want to be predictable? Is that what you're saying? Well, let's predict what LeGrand might need to do here.
Well, I think it was a good timeout because I think you hit the nail on the head. He's just kind of rushing things a little bit. Just needs to calm him down. This is a big play here. If you can get half of it, now you're in manageable position. But 3rd and 18, it's a tall order.
Single wide out right and left. Collins to the bottom. Chachas to the top. In the backfield to the right of Williams is Fields. In the slot left is Scow, and the play action. Williams under pressure. Rolls out to the right. Throws on the run off his back foot, and it's knocked out of bounds. Good job that time defensively on the far sideline, and that was broken up by Elijah Maciel.
Well, and it's that same corner that you made the point earlier where that wind is blowing back towards that back corner, and I think that just kind of pushed him out of bounds.
Well, now with the wind at their back, LeGrand going to try and pin Tillamook deep. And Chachas will kick the ball away from his 45-yard line, and back to receive is Maciel, who just made that Nice play.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this go through the end zone.
Just a little pooch kick high up in the air, and it's a good boot, and it's going to be fair caught inside the 10-yard line. So mission accomplished there if you're the Tigers. Now your defense has got to step up. But, of course, you've given Tillamook a couple of short fields, and at least one of those two scores up on the board directly attributed to a turnover. So let your defense play a little bit here. You make this a one-score game going into the halftime, you have to feel pretty good.
Yeah, and their second touchdown came off of that short field also from the punt. They started at the 37. So, yeah, they're going to make them earn it this time.
So here come the Mooks up to the line. They'll send single wideouts right and left. Now they'll go doubles to the top of the screen, single wideout to the bottom. And Tillamook 1st and 10. Maciel down to the bottom of the screen. The handoff. No, it's spun around. Hoskins handed it off to... Actually, Hoskins kept it himself, spun around and went outside and is going to get pushed out of bounds. No gain on the play.
No, it could have been a lot worse, though. He spun him backwards. He was able to pop out to the outside and pretty much get back to the line of scrimmage. That's fortunate for Tillamook.
So Hoskins, no gain on the first down. Keeper. Two to the top of the screen. Nobody down to the bottom short side of the field. Single in the backfield is Werner behind Hoskins, who's under center. Handoff. Werner left side. Big hole on the left side of that line, but that closes down and coming up to make the play, and a nice job that time to cut it down after a 2-yard gain. And that was Griffin McElmoyle for the stop, a gain of 3 on the play, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, now LeGrand's one play away from getting exactly what they were hoping for by pinning Tillamook deep. They could end up with good field position if they get a stop here.
With Tillamook facing that wind now, you can play field position here. Trips to the top, single scoop down to the bottom of the screen. That's the short side of the field. Hoskins out of the pistol, and what do we got? A timeout? Timeout taken. We'll hold it right here yet again. Stay connected to your favorite team with the OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features the latest score schedules and rankings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. To access OSAA state championship programs, read the latest prep news and information, search OSAA Live in the App Store or on Google Play to download today. 7:02 left in the opening half. We'll play 14-0 Tillamook this 4A semifinal. We've got more action going on. We'll get you caught up on all of that on the OSAA Foundation halftime report. The temperature is going to stay right around 36 degrees. The wind is still brisk, coming from east to west. It's a steady 11, 12 miles an hour, but can gust up to 25. And we're watching the trees that surround this stadium on the far side, which is going to be, the southwest or the northwest?
Northwest-ish.
Northwest-ish type of, that's where it is. That's a whole other sidebar conversation Coach and I will continue to have over a beverage later on. Here's the 3rd down play. Flip pass in the flat. LeGrand's all over it, and they will wrestle the running back down in the backfield, and here come the Cowbells. Well, inside the 10 for a big loss on the play of 6 yards. And the Tigers will get the ball back. 3
and they really needed that, and they will get the ball in really good field position, punting into that wind. We saw him in pregame. A couple of kids got some pretty good punts, but that wind just knocks it down. So I expect him to be inside the 40.
Zion Hurleman, who is the co-punter of the year in the Coapa League, will send it back to Jay Scout. High, snap, and the punt is blocked. In the end zone, it bounces back out to the 7-yard line, but there's the break the Tigers needed, and they're going to get it 1st and goal to go. The snap sailed on Hurleman. It threw off his rhythm, and by the time he was ready to launch it on a rugby-style kick, it was blocked.
Yeah, there were a few Tigers that got through that line, and that high snap certainly didn't help the situation.
So 1st and goal for LeGrand. Left of Williams is Fields in the backfield. Williams into the belly of Fields. Right side, down inside the 5, down to the 3, close to the 2. going to get a steady diet of Fields here, I would believe. 6:05 left in the opening half of play. Clock rolling. 14-0 Tillamook over LeGrand. They're going to mark them back at the 3. So 2nd and goal for the Tigers. Trying to get their first score of the night. Koch is wide right. Collins near side left. In the slot left is Scow. Backfield to the right of Williams is Fields. Snap. Williams takes it himself. Dives over the pylon. Left side. Touchdown. Give me some cowbell. 14-6, LeGrand with an extra point away from getting within a touchdown and an extra point. Already within a score. You got to feel like this is a big momentum shift for the Tigers.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Extra point up and good. Back in a moment here from Barlow High School. 14-7 Tillamook, second quarter on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Need some extra spending money? Want to be active and stay connected to the games you love? Become an athletic official. It's easy. Visit www.newofficials.org. With the recent decline of a number of officials, we need you now. It is your opportunity to give back to the Oregon high school sports community. Be part of the OSAA's statewide sportsmanship initiative. Don't delay. Become an official today. www.newofficials.org.
Follow the OSAA on social media. Search OSAA Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Search Oregon School Activities Association on Facebook and YouTube. Be connected, stay connected with the OSAA throughout the year on all social media platforms.
Rimley to kick for the Tigers.
14-7 now. Tillamook on top of LeGrand. Tigers block a kick in the end zone. Comes out to the 7-yard line. 2 plays later, they are in for pay dirt, and they cut the lead in half. Kick right down the middle of the field, trickles into the end zone, and Tillamook will start 1st and 10 from their 20. Well, you got to heave a little sigh of relief if you're the LeGrand Tigers now after that just awful start in this game with 3 turnovers in the first quarter. You got to feel pretty good you're within 1 score, Coach.
Oh, no doubt about it. It looked like Tillamook could run away with this the way things were heading. But, we've seen this before. One big play can completely change the momentum and change the game. And now LeGrand's fired up, and they might get a stop here and get the ball back before half.
For Tillamook, it's been a lot of Judah Werner. 11 carries, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns here in this first half of play. Direct snap will go right again to Werner, straight up the middle. And Hoskins can't help his running back as there's been a blue wave crashing down over Werner as he's met in the backfield, middle of that line again. It's Kenai Huff. David Sane also in on the stop. Josh Collins helped clean it up, and a loss of a yard. Actually 2, back to the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 12. Now they're just packing the box right. There's 7 in the box for the Tigers right now. Hoskins out of the pistol, back to pass, looking to the left side. Ball there, and is it caught? No. Dropped out of bounds just past the yard marker that time, and it was Hurleman who dove to the turf to try and pick it up. It's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 12. And there's only been like 17 seconds off the clock here, Coach.
Yeah, and they're facing that teeth of that wind, so this is a pretty tall order to pick up 10 yards.
Hurleman, Moncrief, and McKibben to the right side of the formation. Most of your trip receivers. Werner in the backfield to the right of Hoskins, rolling out right, looking for help. He's going to get flushed. He's going to run. Got some room. 25, 30-yard line, first down, 35, and out of bounds at the 40. Hoskins escaped the pressure and darted up the left sideline for the first down. And we've got a flag downfield. This is probably going to be on LeGrand for a hold.
You would think defensive holding based on where it's at.
So it's just they're going to take the play and get the first down at the 40-yard line. That was a 3rd and 12, by the way. Or are they going to tack it on? Personal foul.
No, I think I don't know.
Well, his hands behind his back. There's a dead ball foul, apparently.
They didn't move the ball, so anyway.
Well, they did. They moved it 5 yards.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. That's why I said it was a dead ball foul. Here's Hoskins back to pass. Oh, no. Delayed handoff to Werner, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. So nothing there. Maybe a half yard. And again, it's Penaloza there on the stop along with Jared Armstrong for the Tigers. It'll be second down and 9. Gain of 1 on the play. Drive started for Tillamook at their own 20-yard line just about a minute and a half ago. 4:10 clock rolls here in the first half. 4 minutes till recess. Tillamook 14, LeGrand 7. Cheesemakers driving near midfield at their own 46-yard line. Hoskins out of the pistol. Gets the snap, back to pass. Pressure comes. Going to get flushed. Going to loop to the left side. And he's going to get cut down. That time he wanted to throw, and there was only 2 guys in the pattern, and one was open. Hurleman was wide open down the left side of the field. Could not get it to him, though. Had to tuck and run. Got a gain of 2 out of it, though. So it'll be 3rd and 7 with 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, and if nothing else, they got the ball out of their own backfield there, or their shadow of their own end zone.
Hurleman out wide to the right. Inside of him is McKibben. To the right of Hoskins is Werner. Handoff, Werner going to the left side, up over midfield, and stretching forward. Still on his feet, still pushing forward. And they're going to, with that second and third effort, probably give them the first down.
And they do.
They certainly do. These Portland Football Officials Association referee Jeff Rink, umpire Ross Connor, head linesman is Ben Ellis, line judge is Daniel Russell, and the back judge Greg Kimura. New set of downs, clock will keep burning. 2:52, clock rolls here in the first half of play. 14-7 Tillamook, they're on the drive with the lead. 44-yard line of the Tigers. High snap, collected, ball loose on the turf. It is picked up by Werner. Oh, it stayed there for a second. It was a high snap. Hoskins did a good job of getting it into the gut of Werner, but he lost the ball going to the line, but he hopped right back on it. Loss of 3 on the play, second down and 13.
Well, fortunate there. You do not want to give the ball back to LeGrand with any kind of momentum. In fact, at this stage, you should be able to either run out the clock yourself if you're not able to score.
Near side wideouts. It'll be Elijah Wilcott along with Moncrief and Hurleman. And a quick throw in the flat to Hurleman with a block and then taken down. No, he skipped one tackle, but then there's help as a tsunami comes over the top of Hurleman. And he's knocked to the turf by Chachas. Also there to help out number 69 for the Tigers. That's Ryan Vanderzanden. And a loss all the way back to the 49, so they'll make it 3rd and 15. But with a minute 40 left, Tillamook just willing to let this clock wind a bit. LeGrand only with 1 timeout left. They want to keep that in their pocket if they can. So 3rd and 15 for Tillamook. Still letting that clock wind. LeGrand shifting on defense. They've got now 7 in the box. Back to pass is Hoskins looking to the left side. Incomplete. It flew over the top of his intended receiver in the flat there. I believe that was Garrison Gunder. As he comes back to the huddle, we'll see. No, there's actually Hurleman out there in the flat. So 4th and 15, not a lot of options here. Even though it's into the wind, you're going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, that was an adventure last time with the block. So right now you just want to get rid of it.
And a timeout going to be taken by who? By Tillamook. Tillamook timeout on the field. On Point Community Credit Union, a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championship. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 495,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. On Point, federally insured by NCUA, equal housing opportunity. Well, Coach, Tigers are going to get one more opportunity here in this first half to try and get themselves right. Only down by 7, though, and even if it ends like this in this first half, again, I think if you're the Tigers, you feel not great about your first half, but you got to feel pretty fortunate that you're within a score.
Oh, no doubt about it. And we'll see where they end up with the ball. That'll determine what they're going to do, whether they're going to try to score some points or just get into half. But either way, like you said, the way it started, it looked pretty bleak there for a bit.
So Hurleman back. Good clean snap this time, and the kick away, and he'll kick it away from Chachis, ironically away from Scow, and he'll just squib down to the 29-yard line, and the Tigers will start with 65 seconds left in the first half. One timeout in their back pocket, and they are 71 yards away from pay dirt. Wind at their back, that favors the passing game, and we have already seen that Logan Williams likes to fling it around.
Well, they're aggressive, no doubt about that.
Williams 2 of 8 with 2 interceptions. Again, if you're just joining us, 3 turnovers in the first quarter. There were still 4 minutes and change left in the first quarter, and LeGrand had already turned it over 3 times, 2 interceptions and a fumble, but it had only turned into 7 points for Tillamook. Play action, no, they're going to put it in the belly of Fields. Fields will run to the right side and get now the rugby scrum up to the 35-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. One of the LeGrand linemen down behind the play, still on his knees. And now the officials notice him, and they'll say, you have to go off, son. We stopped the clock for you. And so jogging off the field will be Jarrett Armstrong, the 6'2", 210-pound senior. He was like, listen, I got up as fast as I could. So the Tigers are going to hustle back to the huddle. 50 seconds left in the first half. The clock runs now with 2nd down and 4 upcoming for the Tigers at their own 35-yard line. Down by 7. And here's Williams out of the pistol, looking downfield, looking, good protection. Now it starts to break down a little bit. Now he's going to run, puts it under his shoulder and then under his arm, out of bounds. And he's not going to get the first down, I don't think. He's going to be very close to it.
Williams on the scramble around.
They might give it to him.
First down by 7.
Yes, they're going to give him the first down. So, got the first down and accomplished stopping the clock with 31 seconds left, so he saves the timeout.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time. If you can pick up 20 yards or so, you might be able to get a shot or two to the end zone, but with 31 seconds, your options are limited.
OSA Foundation halftime report coming up at halftime, which is a good place to have the halftime report. 1st and 10, high snap, ball pitched on the middle to Scow. Scow up the center, up the gut to the 44-yard line. Gain of 4.5 yards. Clock will run, and now the last timeout going to be burned by LeGrand here with 18 seconds left. So maybe 1 or 2 shots. It's 2nd down. They're trying to untangle the chains on the far side. The chain gang hasn't got the. Well, I just noticed that when they tried it, it got tangled up. They're going to have to sort that out before halftime, and they still do not have it right. They're still trying to untangle. Have you ever had one of those look like it look like fishing lines sometimes? You're trying to get that untangled. They finally do. There you go. Got it straight. Well, those guys are pros over there.
Well, I don't think it's going to matter at this point. With 18 seconds, they got to get a pretty big chunk of yardage to even give themselves a chance to go to the end zone.
At the half, we will get you up to date on all the action. We'll set your finals for next Friday that are already determined, and next weekend. We still have a few games left. This one, we've got 2 of the 1A 8-man games going on, and then the other semifinal, the 4A ranks with Scappoose and Estacada going at it. We'll get you updated on all those at the half, so stick around. Grab a little popcorn or your favorite beverage and sit down by your radio. And now the scoreboard went down. The right side, it's Williams. Williams trying to get outside the line. He does. Heads towards the sideline and out of bounds with 11 seconds left in the first half. Now the scoreboard's back up and going. And it will be 3rd down, but there's 11 seconds left now. That's a good job by Williams to get out of bounds again.
Yeah. I think someone must have tripped over the cord.
It wasn't me standing right here.
Nope, I haven't moved.
So 3rd and short. Tigers need 52 yards for the end zone at their own 48-yard line. Back to pass Williams. Deep drop, looking, airs it out. Left side over, Scout. Got it, and then dropped it. Well, and he had a little help with the drop. because he was popped by Parker McKibben, the free safety, who was spying on Scow. Made a great grab and then got licked by McKibben, who punched the ball out. So now this is the fourth down play with 5 seconds left. You might as well go for it here.
Yeah, great play there by McKibben to knock him loose. Otherwise, he's down there around the 30 to 25 and maybe enough time to spike the ball and get one more play off.
Well, unless there's a defensive penalty here, this will be the end of the first half. 4th and 2. Back to pass, deep drop. Williams looking, airs it all the way down the middle of the field. Up in the air, incomplete at the 10-yard line. No flags on the play. Zeros up on the board. We head to the half. The OSAA Foundation halftime report is up next on the OSAA Radio Network. Coach and I will be back. We'll run down first half stats, get you the rest of the action around the state of Oregon tonight. The football championship semifinal weekend on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation. 14-7 Tillamook over LeGrand at the half.
Check out OSAA Today for news, coaches polls, and stories on the latest in Oregon high school sports and activities. Veteran writers Jerry Omer and John Tawa explore all classifications and areas of the state for interesting prep news on every OSAA activity. Go to www.osaa.org and find the OSAA Today section. Share story ideas with OSAA Today staff and even become a contributor yourself. Visit OSAA Today today.
Following your team through the postseason is as easy as clicking your way to osaa.org, where you'll find up-to-the-minute results, schedules, where to buy tickets, and maps and directions to every member school. See year-by-year archive results for every activity, links to media coverage, and your direct connection to all OSAA network coverage. The OSAA is on the web at www.osaa.org.
There's no roadmap, no single path, and no finish line.
Lean scoops and scores. He's done it again.
I've learned a few things on my journey to be better. My journey won't look like yours. It won't be perfect. You'll be unsure at times, and that's okay. What's most important is that you start anywhere. Be better. Motor Health.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years, so we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
The OSAA Foundation is the proud sponsor of the OSAA Radio Network Halftime Report. See how you can help the athletes of today and tomorrow by visiting www.osaafoundation.org. Danny Howell, the coach, Tony Statson here at halftime for a state championship semifinal between Tillamook and LeGrand, and the Cheesemakers from the coast with the 14-7 lead over the Tigers from Eastern Oregon. And it really was a rough start for LeGrand in their first 3 possessions, 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. And Tillamook turned those into 14 points eventually, 7 points directly off of one of the turnovers. But then a short field helped the Cheesemakers get their second score of the night. And those 2 scores off the feet of Judah Werner with 15 carries, 51 yards, and those 2 touchdowns, averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Tanner Hoskins, the only other one to touch the ball on the ground for Tillamook, with 6 carries for 31 yards. Hoskins through the air, 5 of 10 for 17 yards. On the other side, Logan Williams with 3 of 11 through the air, 2 interceptions, 35 yards. Dominic Fields, 8 carries for 38 yards. That's a 4.8 average. His long was 15 yards. Logan Williams, 5 carries for 28 yards. His long was 14. Tillamook with 7 first downs in that first half. LeGrand with 5. The rushing totals, Tillamook with 82 yards on the ground. LeGrand with 69. 17 yards through the air for the Cheesemakers, 35 for the Tigers. Total offense, 104 yards for LeGrand, 99 for Tillamook. But, of course, Tillamook had a short field for much of that first half, and LeGrand actually did a fairly decent job of holding Tillamook out of the end zone and should feel fairly fortunate to only be down 14-7 here at the half. LeGrand penalized 6 times in that first half for 40 yards. Tillamook just 1 penalty for 5 yards. We'll run you through all the other scores. There's plenty of other action in the OSAA. We'll get you up to date on all the other games that have already been concluded. We've got some championship matchups already set up in all the classifications. Games next Friday and Saturday for your holiday weekend here in the state of Oregon. Back with more. 14-7 Tillamook over LeGrand in the 4A semifinals here from San Barlow High School on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Get your state championship gear online at osaastore.com. Sports U, the official merchandiser of the OSAA, supplies osaastore.com with a wide variety of state championship gear and souvenirs. Make this state championship a memorable one with apparel from Sports U. Safe and secure online shopping at osaastore.com. The best memories of your trip to the state championship live forever in quality photos taken by Northwest Sports Photography, the official photographer of the OSAA. NSP photographers are at every OSAA championship final, capturing the best action photos and the highest quality award shots. To purchase photos, check out the NSP booth on site or browse online at 4nsp.com. That's the number 4nsp.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Oregon. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Oregon School Activities Association and the Oregon Athletic Directors Association.
The NFHS
Heading today on Tuesday, much of us will be tapping out
of the high school experience by delivering live high school sports and events to family members and fans wherever they are, whenever they want. 34 states, 27 different sports. The NFHS have to celebrate the
at the break. Tillamook on top of LeGrand here in the 4A semifinal halftime on the OSAA Radio Network. Halftime report by the OSAA Foundation. Danny Hamlin, Coach Miller, Stafford, and thanks for tuning in. Online, 170 of you online now. Thanks for tuning in wherever or however you might be listening, from Arizona to the wilds of Greenland, over in France, and maybe even down in Australia. Thanks for tuning in for our little broadcast. The other 4A semifinal features the number 1 ranked Rangers of Estacada in a scrappy battle with Scappoose and the Indians. 7-6. Scappoose leading as they head deep into that second quarter. There's a couple of minutes left in the second quarter. Well, actually, there's 9:17 left. So 9:17 left in the second quarter. Scappoose and Estacada tangling, and the Rangers now down by 1, 7-6. Let's get you other scores that are going on. The 1A 8-man semifinal is in the third quarter, and right now St. Paul all over Myrtle Point, 40-14. Lost River and Powder Valley are in the other semifinal, and that one's not coming up. So we'll just go past that one and see if we can catch up to that one later. Let's get you the finals that are already set. Now, next Friday, we're going to have Friday championships at Hillsborough Stadium. All of these games on Friday, starting with the Columbia Cup matchup between North Salem and Westview. That'll kick things off at 11 o'clock. Then a 3 o'clock matchup between Sheldon and West Lynn in the 6A championship final for the OSAA. And then the nightcap at 7 p.m. for the 5A state championship in the Blue Trophy will feature Sunset taking on Wilsonville. The first few matchups on Saturday have already been set. In the 3A final, it'll be Cascade Christian taking on Kennedy. That will be a site to be determined. And if you want to know the sites for Saturday's matchups, including whatever's going to happen here in the 4A, get down to the OSAA website, either on the web at osaa.org or on their mobile app at OSAA Live. They'll have those sites determined pretty quickly tonight, so you can be able to plan your trip on your Thanksgiving weekend to watch some high school football here in the state of Oregon. The other matchup in the 2A championship final will be Weston McEwen Griswold taking on Oakland in the 2A state championship game. So lots of action. And, Coach, we've been enjoying it here the last couple of nights. Some great games. Wilsonville last night moving on into the championship game. Big win over Bend. And we had a great game earlier with Colton and Weston McEwen. And this one's shaping up to be a pretty good event.
Yeah, it really is. They have been great games so far. Like you said, this one is, a one-score game starting the second half, and it's wide open.
Well, we'll get Coach's thoughts on what these two teams need to do in the second half. Tillamook to hold on and LeGrand to come from behind. One of these teams will be taking on another opponent next week in the championship, and the other one will get ready to get the wrestling singlets out and the round ball out, or they'll just go ahead and study. Or maybe they'll do all of those things as well in the fall as you get ready for winter sports. More on the OSAA Foundation Network halftime report as we continue. 14-7, Tillamook over LeGrand, halftime of the 4A semifinal on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
What's stopping you from going to school and learning new things? Or buying an old car to make it new again? Do you dream about building a business, exploring new places, or even buying your very first home? Whatever you're trying to do, On Point Community Credit Union can help you do it. With low interest loans, credit cards, business banking, and more. On Point. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Need some extra spending money? Want to be active and stay connected to the games you love? Become an athletic official. It's easy. Visit www.newofficials.org. With the recent decline of a number of officials, we need you now. It is your opportunity to give back to the Oregon high school sports community. Be part of the OSAA's statewide sportsmanship initiative. Don't delay. Become an official today. www.newofficials.org.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years, so we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Halftime here in the 4A state semifinals for the boys. Tillamook 14-7 over LeGrand at Barlow High School. OSAA Today is your spot for all high school state championship coverage from news, stories, coaches, polls, and more. Get it all by visiting OSAA Today. Go to, not yet. Go to OSAA.org/today.
Today.
There you go. Danny Al with the Coach Tony stats as LeGrand comes out of the locker room. Coach, let's start with the team that's leading at the half, Tillamook, as they have the 7-point advantage, but I'll say it's been a sneaky 7-point advantage in that first half.
Yeah, they're going into halftime feeling pretty good about themselves. You got a touchdown lead at halftime of a semifinal game. They found a little bit of offense here and there. They want to get back to that and obviously take advantage of their opportunities.
So if you're the LeGrand Tigers, you could not have started this game worse with 3 turnovers in a span. I went back and looked. In a span of 8 minutes, they had 3 turnovers. Now, the plus side of that for LeGrand is that really the result of those turnovers was just 1 score. It could have been a lot worse. And then you get back on the board in the second quarter and get a touchdown to slice the lead in half. So I would say if you're coach, Rich McIlmoyle, you've got to be looking at your team and go, guys, we could not have played any worse, and we're still right in this game, and we get the ball. Or actually, they're going to kick the ball away to start the second half.
No, but you're absolutely right. Tillamook goes in feeling pretty good at halftime, but, LeGrand has to also, considering exactly what you just said with the turnovers and the things that didn't go their way. So, yeah, they actually have a little bit more offense, 5 more yards than Tillamook. The big glaring number, though, is that turnover. So they've got to take care of the ball. And if they do, they should be just fine.
Well, and one other thing, they've got to clean up the penalties as well. They were flagged 6 times in that first half for 40 yards, and a couple of times they started against the momentum offensively, and then it was a false start or it was a hold that took away some big plays.
Yeah, obviously you got to clean up the messes that they had in the first half, the turnovers, the penalties. It created the situation that they're in. But fortunately for them, it's just 7. It could be a lot worse.
All right, so I have a public service announcement for anybody who's within earshot and can get into this game. If you want to bring us a heated blanket, I will certainly take it. It is 35 degrees right now. We are out of the wind. But I say, the whole thing with it's 35, but it feels like it feels like it's 15 right now.
Well, and I was just down at the concession stands, and that's the only thing everybody was talking about was how cold it is. They weren't talking about the game. Everybody's talking about how cold it is, and I really feel for some of these fans, especially on the other side of the field where there's really no shelter, and it is cold.
We've got our hand warmers in our pockets. Coach has got many layers on. I think he's got 12 layers on. I don't have as many of those layers, but I'm tough. I'm from Chicago. There you go.
Well, yeah, we both have roots in the Midwest, but I obviously didn't get that gene or something.
Well, I've got a layer. I've got another internal layer that's underneath my skin that's helping me as well. So there you go. All right, halftime over with. Second half upcoming. One of these teams going to move on to a state championship game. Will it be Tillamook? Will it be LeGrand? Why don't you hang around and find out with us on the OSAA Radio Network powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Own your very own piece of state championship history with a mini trophy from the OSAA. Standing only 8 inches tall, this trophy is a miniature replica of the trophies handed out on Championship Day. A great gift for coaches, participants, or schools. These trophies can be customized to any player and any year. Order online in the shop section at osaa.org.
Following your team through the postseason is as easy as clicking your way to osaa.org, where you'll find up-to-the-minute results, schedules, where to buy tickets, and maps and directions to every member school. See year-by-year archive results for every activity, links to media coverage, and your direct connection to all OSAA network coverage. The OSAA is on the web at www.osaa.org. Follow the OSAA on social media. Search OSAA Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Search Oregon School Activities Association on Facebook and YouTube. Be connected, stay connected. OSAA proudly here on social media
Cheesemakers will start with the football to start this second half of the play. 14-7, so looking for the lead over the Grand. 12 to keep their dream alive to hoist the blue trophy next Saturday at a site to be determined. And a lot of it has to do with geography. People ask me all the time, well, how does the OSAA define or to figure out where they play championship events? Well, there's a certain parameter that has to be met, or a certain level that has to be met in terms of facilities and field and access for both the fans and the players. And then the second thing, a lot of it comes down to geography as well. You try and make it as equal distance as you can with the facilities that meet those criteria. And so that's a lot that goes into it. Now, there are sites like Cottage Grove and over at Hermiston at Kinnison Field, which is a beautiful facility. Caldera's got another great facility right here at San Barlow with our semifinals over the last couple of days. Fantastic facility. They could warm it up a little bit, but that's okay. Here we go. Putting the ball, low driving kick into the wind. Will bounce and get picked up at the 15-yard line. Straight up 20, 25, up to the 30, plowing forward near the 35-yard line. And Tillamook will start 1st and 10. The offense led by Tanner Hoskins, Garrison Gunder, all-league player, Zion Hurleman, Parker McKibben, Tyler Moncrief, and Judah Warner, the running back. Across the front line, Austin Barry Killian, Ken Lopez, Seth Landau, Landon Simmons, and Sam Diaz, the offense for Tillamook. Hurleman comes out near side left. McKibben in the slot inside of him. Right side single wide out is Gunder. Handoff inside. It goes to Warner, bouncing off, pinballing forward over the 35-yard line, spinning up near the 39. Nifty gain of 5 yards on 1st down, and we're underway here in the second half. Tillamook up 14-7. Actually going to give them a scooch more, so they're moving to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on 1st down. 2 in the backfield now as Hoskin turns and says something to his running back, and he'll keep it himself. Right side, open space, gets outside the numbers and dashes out of bounds. That's a 7-yard carry for a 1st down out to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, nice burst of speed, ran the read option there and had a little bit of space on the right side and just exploded for 7.
Maybe he just turned to Warner and said, listen, I'm taking this. Said, just don't grab it out of my hands. It's mine. 1 football. That one belongs to me. Turn, spin, the handoff, second man through. That is McKibben. McKibben straight up the middle and going to get pushed forward and inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. And that was a big burst for the 1st down.
Yeah, and he got a nice block from his other running back in front of him.
Gilbert Whitlatch with the carry. Sorry, that was not McKibben. Whitlatch has 400 yards on the ground, and this time it's going to be Warner to the right side. Dives, and he slashes over the 40-yard line and skips down to the 35. Gain of 4 on the play, and so Tillamook coming out and kind of imposing their will. The line getting a great push, and 5 plays later, they're in LeGrand territory, 15 yards deep.
Yeah, just 5 straight running plays, and they are getting a little bit of a push up front and getting some blocks and opening some holes, which they didn't get a lot of in that first half.
And they're going to stay with that 2-back set. They didn't go to a lot of this in the first half, but Whitlatch is going to stay in the game, and he will flank Hoskins with Werner on the opposite side in the backfield. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Hand off in the belly of Warner, goes left side, follows his fullback, and he dives forward inside the 30, down near the 27. That is going to be another 1st down. So eating off chunks of yardage, and one of the LeGrand players is down. Oh, my goodness, that is David Sane, who is slow to get up, grabbing his ankle. Now he's going to try and get off the field on his own, and he's going to be able to do it.
1st down for the Cheesemakers.
And onto the sideline goes Sane off on his own power, but he is in a tremendous amount of pain. We'll check on that young man later on. Hopefully he's okay. So back to the field, and it's 1st and 10 for the Cheesemakers, just inside the 30-yard line at the Tiger 28. Werner, Whitlatch in the backfield, flanking Hoskins again, back to pass. Hoskins straight drop, pressure comes. Lost in the corner, wide open. Zerleman dives at the 3-yard line, makes the catch as the defender fell down, and Zerleman was all by himself at the 3-yard line. That ball was skimming away from him, and it made a great catch with 2 hands underneath it, and it's 1st and goal to go. And immediately on the football, here come the Cheesemakers. 9-10 left in the 3rd quarter of play. Turn, spin, the give, and flag stopped the play. Was there a false start?
Flag on the play.
Oh, encroachment, neutral zone violation against the Tigers. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Well, you go back to that last play, the defender did fall down. If that ball was more catchable, he would have walked in the end zone with no one near him. As it was, he made an outstanding play just to make the catch.
8:55, clock rolls here in the third quarter of play. Opening possession for Tillamook. This drive already 63 yards in length. They're trying to close off and get the last 2.5. Turn, the give, Werner, right side. He's going to get pushed forward and then sideways down near the 1-yard line. So it'll be second and goal. Spattering of cowbells. As Bruce Dickinson says, I got a fever. And there's only one prescription.
Well, and I think if they put this in the end zone, we're going to hear plenty of those cowbells.
Right side, left side. Now deep in the backfield. The turn, the hand, the right side. Werner! Touchdown! Tillamook. Well, they got the Tigers by the tail right now. And Tillamook is up 20-7. Extra point upcoming for the Cheesemakers. Opening drive of the second half covered 7 plays and 66 yards for the score. Extra point upcoming. Up in the air, and it is good. 21-7, Tillamook over LeGrand. 7:53 left in the third quarter on the OSAA Radio Network.
Check out OSAA Today for news, coaches polls, and stories on the latest in Oregon high school sports and activities. Veteran writers Jerry Omer and John Tawa explore all classifications and areas of the state for interesting prep news on every OSAA activity. Go to www.osaa.org and find the OSAA Today section. Share story ideas with OSAA Today staff and even become a contributor yourself. Visit OSAA Today today.
The OSAA Foundation is making great strides in enhancing the future of Oregon high school activities. From getting kids out for activities, keeping them safe while playing, or helping schools develop new programs. The OSAA Foundation is here to assist. Since 2005, the OSAA Foundation has donated over $1 million to member schools. Find out more information on how you can get involved at osaafoundation.org.
Jay Scow takes the kickoff and scoots up the left sideline, breaks past the numbers over the 30-yard line, and finally brought down at the 34. And so LeGrand will start first and 10. Pretty good field position. 8 plays, coach, officially 66 yards, 4:02 off the clock, and Judah Werner has his third touchdown of the night. He's got all 3 scores for the Cheesemakers, now up 21-7.
Yeah, and a really nice-looking drive to open the half. And now LeGrand down 2 touchdowns. They're going to have to get the ball moving themselves to hang in this.
You get a sense that there's a little urgency now on the Tiger sideline with half of the third quarter already gone. In motion, Scow back towards the formation from right to left. Now he spins away from it, and the direct snap goes to Williams. Williams up the right side. Now he switches back to the left. Now reverses field again into the middle and up the hash marks inside the 40-yard line. And a nifty gain. He ran about 45 yards to get 8.
Yeah, it was nice running, though. A couple cuts here and there, and was able to scoot up for 8 or 9 yards.
If you're Chris Berman, you're going whoop and whoop.
Exactly.
Second down, actually 9 yards on the carry, so 2nd and 1. Grant's got, but again, it seems like those are more like broken plays, or it's not like there's a big push and a big chunk play coming from LeGrand right now. High snap again, handoff will go. Ball's loose on the field, fumble right into the arms of Tillamook. Field puts it on the turf. That is the 4th turnover by the Tigers, and Tillamook's back in business and an opportunity to blow this one open.
Yeah, I mean, kind of same old story as we saw in that first quarter. It's really hurting LeGrand, obviously. Now down 2 scores, they get the ball back on their own side of the field.
42-yard line is where they're going to spot it, and Tillamook right back out offensively. They didn't get much of a rest, and here comes Hoskins and the crew. Werner and Whitlatch in the backfield behind his quarterback. Turn, give, Werner straight up the middle, and the blue swarm comes and pushes him backwards, yard gain on the play. Well, now the Tigers defense needs to bow up and show some mettle here and not give very many more yards to Tillamook, try and get the ball back because, well, they're facing some dire straits if they don't. Fourth turnover by the Tigers. It's been a clean sheet for Tillamook tonight. And the Cheesemakers back in business. 2 wideouts to the left side. Hurleman on the inside of that formation. Back to pass. It's Hoskins looking, throwing it deep down the field. It's got Hurleman, overthrows him. Little air underneath that one. And it's incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Clock stops with 6:05 left here in the the third quarter of play. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Want to stay in shape, be involved in the sport you love, and earn money in the process, become an athletic official? There's a shortage of officials in Oregon. We need you now more than ever. Visit osaa.org/officials for more information and to get registered.
Today?
That wasn't a question.
Yeah, just
more emphasis on the word today then.
Mixing it up.
Who put the question mark on the teleprompter? 3rd and 9, handoff into the belly. Whitlatch following Werner this time, and Whitlatch, he pumps those legs down inside the 30. He's got the first down to the 26.
Wow, big play there on 3rd and 9. LeGrand had an opportunity to get off the field, but huge play to pick up the first down, keep the clock and the chains moving.
On the senior backfield, Werner and Whitlatch, there's like a thunder and lightning element to there, and Whitlatch is definitely the thunder. Turn, give to Whitlatch. Why not? Bounces outside, stiff arms to the 30. Flag flies behind the play, well behind the play, and Whitlatch down to the 25.
Yeah, that's probably a hold.
By the way, that fumble recovery was by Sam Diaz. And it ended up in the arms of Whitlatch. So the fumble caused by Diaz, Whitlatch recovered it for Tillamook. And Coach was right. This is a hold.
Actually, it's a tripping call. It's a personal foul. So,
oh, wow.
It's going to go back 15.
Sorry, I was looking down. I should have looked back up. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. Tom Brady a couple weeks ago.
Well, that was him tripping over his shoelaces.
Yeah, we got called for a trip also.
I'm not going to, you know what? I'm going to bite my tongue. Ball all the way back to the 41-yard line of LeGrand. Yard to gain is the 18 of the Tigers. Throwing the flat, 23 yards on first down, and the ball caught there on the flat by Parker McKibben. And McKibben shimmies his way past the 40 to the 35 and then finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Nice pickup of 10 yards to get a lot of that penalty back. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball marked just outside the 31-yard line. Again, flanking Hoskins. It's Werner and Whitlatch in the backfield. Turn the give to Werner. He'll go to the left side following the block. Now cuts it back and reverses field to the 30-yard line. Still on his feet. Turns around to the 25. Puts his head down and a head of steam down to the 20.
Wow, what a great run. Cut back. First was going left, found some space to the middle, cut back, and then popped out to the right, and now he's within 2 yards of first down.
And quickly back up. We've seen this before, this up-tempo on 3rd down. LeGrand can't get enough players on and off the field, and now the Tigers are going to have to take a timeout. So just so you know, it's not like you do it in the pros or in college where you'll stand over the football or whatever. You got to get your guys on and off the field. Nobody's going to wait for you. We're going to hold it right here, even though we probably need to catch up on a break, but I got to it too late, so we're just going to hold on. I'll do a read, but we'll get that one out of the way. Purchase your official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com with Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA. You have more options. Customize your gear with your school name, student athlete name, event decals, and more. Nike products also available. Browse the selection of official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com.
Well, the LeGrand defense, which looked pretty solid in the first half, is struggling a little bit. They've had a couple opportunities with Tillamook behind the chains to maybe get off the field, but now we're looking at a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they desperately need to stop now.
spread it out a little bit as Gunder will come wide to the formation, standing right on the number at the 20-yard line, strong side of the field. Direct snap, Hoskins, he'll keep it himself, sliding out, good pursuit by the Tigers, and they flip him down for a loss of 3 yards. That was Caden Nelson. Actually, no, coming up on the play was Josh Collins who made the hit, and he wrapped up Hoskins and pushed him back at the 24-yard line. So now it's going to be 4th and 7.
Yeah, desperately needed there by the Tigers, and now they have an opportunity once again to get the ball back in their possession and get back into this game.
Well, they're taking a long time. Hoskins looking to the sideline to Kai Johnson, the head coach for the play. And he'll send Perlman and Gunder to the top of the screen. Whitlatch to the right, Werner to the left, and a timeout going to be taken by Tillamook.
Yeah, they were just about to run out of clock there.
3:16 left in the third quarter of play. Timeout on the field. The OSAA Radio Network powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years. So we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
All right, here we go with the 4th down and 8 play. Deep down the field, up and over the top for Hurleman and incomplete at the 2-yard line. Great coverage by Jay Scow for the Tigers. And that will give the ball back to LeGrand. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a penalty flag well after the play. And I don't know if something was said by one of the Tillamook players as they were walking off the field, Coach.
That's about the only thing I can think of at this point.
Because it was way on the far sideline, and yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be against Tillamook, and I think it's a dead ball, personal, unsportsmanlike conduct. That's what it is. And listen, guys and gals that are listening at home, you can't utter those side comments, especially the officials. If it's audible, they're going to throw the flag every time. I've seen it so much this year.
Well, and obviously the Tigers got a big stop at what they needed. Then you tack on 15 more. Now they're out at the 40-yard line already, looking to get back in this game.
And a score puts them in that arena, only being down by a score. But they got to get one to get the next one. Down by 2 scores right now, 21-7, with 3:10 left here in the third quarter of play. Tigers start 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. And keeping it himself is Logan Williams. Williams going to go to left side. Lost the ball again. It popped out, and Tillamook recovers. Oh, my goodness. And Williams is down. And Logan Williams is down. I believe that's Logan Williams. He got hit pretty hard, Coach. We'll take another break. We'll come back. We'll assess this situation as we return on the OSAA Radio Network powered by Pacific Office Automation.
What's stopping you from going to school and learning new things? Or buying an old car to make it new again? Do you dream about building a business, exploring new places, or even buying your very first home? Whatever you're trying to do, On Point Community Credit Union can help you do it. With low interest loans, credit cards, business banking, and more. On Point. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
There's no roadmap, no single path, and no finish line.
Clean scoops and scores. He's done it again.
I've learned a few things on my journey to be better. My journey won't look like yours. It won't be perfect. You'll be unsure at times, and that's okay. What's most important is that you start anywhere. Be better. Motor Health.
Hand off to Werner around the right side, getting chased and drugged down by Collins, and a flag flies after the play. I think Collins got him around the neck. Inside the shoulder pads it is. Horse collar tackle against Collins, and that is going to wipe out a loss of 6 yards and going to move the ball deeper into LeGrand territory, 1st and 10 for Tillamook.
Yeah, and it's just really tough to recover from all these mistakes, whether it be a penalty or turnover. That's really been the story of the game.
That's the 8th penalty on the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, just hard to recover from those.
So that won't give Tillamook a first down, but it'll be almost as good. 1st and 1 for Tillamook at the 30-yard line. Are they going to say first down? Yeah, 1st and 1. Well, the side judge was stopping play to say it was first down. I think everybody knew that, but
yeah, 1st and 1. That's a good position to be in.
Yeah. 2:45 clock rolls here, 3rd quarter, 21-7. Tillamook looking for more. Handoff, no, keeping it himself is Hoskins on the option, and he met a wall, but all he needed was a yard, and he got half of it. So it'll be 2nd down and a half yard. Ball marked right at the 30-yard line. Both teams with 2 timeouts left in the game. We are skipping merrily along here with 2:23 left and the clock rolling in the 3rd quarter. Tillamook with a 14-point lead in LeGrand territory, 2nd and short. Hoskins will send Gunder to the near side. In motion, the handoff on the end around comes to Moncrief. Moncrief will dive forward, and he got just enough for the first down, and I mean barely, but he got down to the 29, and that's all he needed for the first.
Yeah, and we'd still have another quarter to play, but if you're LeGrand, you got to start thinking about this time getting away from you. And right now, Tillamook is just grinding out yards and first downs and working on the clock as well.
And that clock is ticking down, 1:44 and moving. As they break the huddle, Gunder will go to the near side. And the handoff will go this time to Whitlatch. Whitlatch down inside the 25, breaks a tackle, spinning like a top down to the 20, and finally taken down right at the yard, actually about a half yard short of the line to gain. Well, if the Tigers are going to think about a comeback, they're going to have to hold Tillamook off the board here. 1:10 left in the 3rd, down 21-7. Tillamook with the ball and the lead. Handoff right side, this time Whitlatch again. Whitlatch gets the corner to the 20-yard line, got the first down, and popped out of bounds near the 15. That'll stop the clock, but it'll move the chains.
Yeah, just more big chunks of yardage for the Cheesemakers, and now they're inside the red zone down to the 15 with an opportunity to maybe not quite put this game away, but certainly get a firm grasp on it.
Judah Warner has been taking the bulk of the carries tonight. Now 22 carries for 69 yards, 3 touchdowns for Tillamook, but Whitlatch now with 5 carries for 47 yards here in the second half, all of them in the second half. Handoff Warner straight ahead. He's going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but his forward momentum moves him inside the 15 down to the 13, so it'll be a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 with 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 4A state championship next Saturday. One of these 2 teams taking on the winner of Scappoose and Estacada. We'll check that score when we break at the quarter. 28 seconds, clock ticking down. Probably the last play of the quarter. Unless, of course, there's a score or a defensive penalty. 21-7. And the direct snap. Hoskins back to pass, looking over the middle. Ball knocked away. Oh, Hurleman was there, but Griffin McElmoyle, he came in and poked it out of the hands of Hurleman, who thought he had a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a good route and a pretty good throw, but well defended, and we've got him at 3rd and 9. Opportunity here for the defense, although we're probably in 4-down territory.
Well, and especially if the field flips, you'll be running right into that wind, will the Cheesemakers. So 3rd and 9, you can get a first down inside the 10, down at the 6-yard line. And LeGrand will take another timeout. Didn't like what they saw on the field, so they're going to stop play and go talk about it. OSAA Today, your spot for all high school state championship coverage, from news, stories, coaches polls, and more. Get it all by visiting OSAA Today. Go to the osaa.org/today app and say OSAA Today.
Today.
Very good.
Thank you. So, yeah, that leaves LeGrand with one timeout. You know, we'll see if that matters in the end, but you hate to burn a timeout on defense at this point, but they saw something they didn't like.
Well, and I think Coach Rich McIlmoyle is also thinking on the LeGrand sideline is that we've got to keep them off the board at all costs here. So if I'm in doubt, you got to burn that timeout.
Yeah, for sure.
So here we go, 3rd and 9. We all think it's 2-down territory for Tillamook if they don't get the first down. Hoskins on a little delay, tries to flash outside. He gets the corner, stiff arms to the 10, and pushed out of bounds at the 6-yard line. There's 7. Now they're going to call it the 7. So he did not get the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. Got out of bounds with 4 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, this brings up an interesting decision here. Go by 3 with a field goal, by 3 scores with a field goal.
So they're going to say it's about 4th and 2. So he's got to actually get to the 5, and he was pushed out at the 7. So they're going to line up to go for it here. Hoskins brings him up, backs flashing him, and Werner takes it. First down to the 5, and into the end zone. 4th touchdown of the night for Judah Werner. Have yourself an evening, young man. Carrying his cheesemakers on his back, pushing the wheelbarrow up the hill. It's 27-7. Tillamook with the extra point try upcoming, and that closes out the third quarter as well.
Yeah, that could be a backbreaker.
9 plays, 37 yards, actually 39 yards. The extra point try up, and it is good. 27-28 now to 7. Tillamook over LeGrand. Fourth quarter upcoming on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Get your state championship gear online at osaastore.com. Sports U, the official merchandiser of the OSAA, supplies osaastore.com with a wide variety of state championship gear and souvenirs. Make this state championship a memorable one with apparel from Sports U. Safe and secure online shopping at osaastore.com.
Stay connected to your favorite school and team with the new OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features schedules, results, rankings, and standings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. Access OSAA state championship programs. Read the latest prep news and information from OSAA Today and newspapers around the state. OSAA Live is the best way to stay up to date on Oregon high school activities. Search OSAA Live in the App Store and Google Play, or visit osaa.org/app to download today.
28-7 in favor of the Cheesemakers from Tillamook over the LeGrand Tigers. 12 minutes up on the clock. Fourth quarter getting started now. As we went away, there was a flag that was dropped on the extra point, a personal foul roughing the kicker. So that's an advantage for Tillamook here, as if they needed any more of them right now. They're dominating on the field of play. LeGrand shooting themselves in the foot. And at the 45-yard line, this ball is going to be teed up by Tillamook on a short field going into the wind, but little matters now with that short field. We'll get you the update on the Scappoose Estacada game in just a moment, and it's a short kick, and it's going to be taken and down right at the 32-yard line by one of the linemen and one of the upmen. So they're in the third quarter across I-5, and it's still 7-6 in favor of Scappoose over Estacada, the other state semifinal matchup. That ball covered up by Jack Sunderman by the Tigers, and so here comes LeGrand. Now listen, we've seen crazier things happen, and there's a full 12 minutes up on the board. You've got the wind at your back for the entire fourth quarter, and the Tigers, who like to fling it all over the pitch, will have the opportunity here to do such.
Yeah, I think that's critical, having that wind behind them now. Makes it a little bit less of a tall order, so to speak.
Well, it's still a tall order. Chachis is going to be thrown over the middle, ball caught, and right there, Sam Chachis picks it up at the 50-yard line, so there's a strike of 18 yards in the first round right to midfield. Listen, you start getting a little momentum here, and you get into the end zone quickly in a couple of minutes, and you can change things around a bit.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Definitely contrasting styles between these two clubs, but again, Williams, who's been a little off tonight, and again, 5 turnovers against the Tigers. I mean, this game could be wildly different if you take those away, or even half of them away. Back to pass again. Williams rolling out now over the middle, ball incomplete. Little high, was looking for his tight end, Bisnenius. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 11:29. Clock stops here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 50.
So if the Tigers do want to mount any kind of comebacks, got to start on this possession here. Williams with Fields to the left of him in the backfield. No, actually, it's not Fields. It's number 34. That's Dominique Caratello. And Caratello takes the handoff, and right up the middle he goes and scoots inside the hash marks down to the 45 to the 40, and then finally dropped at the 38-yard line. So a nifty gain of 12 yards on second down. That'll make it 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 11:15 here in the fourth quarter remaining. 28-7 Tillamook over LeGrand.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of rhythm going here. If they can keep this going, you never know.
Staying in the game, Caratello to the right now of Williams in the backfield. Long count at the line. Still waiting, still waiting. Now he looks, says something to his running back to his right. Waiting for the ball, and down the line he goes. Williams keeps it. Up the right hash marks, down to the 30, down to the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. Did he get in? Out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And a burst that we haven't seen thus far tonight from Logan Williams. And the Tigers are knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
Yeah, boy, are they ever. And obviously a ton of time left in this game. A score here would be huge, but the momentum that goes with it could carry them even further.
28-7 Tillamook, but LeGrand's knocking on the door at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Got to think you're going to keep it on the ground here, but nobody in the backfield along with Williams. They're all up tight to the line. Going to maybe just keep it with Williams. They do. Williams fouls a couple of big blocks down to the 3, down to the 2, down inside the 2, close to the 1. They're going to say his knee touched at the 2, so a gain of 1 on the play. He was following Big Caratello and also Dominic Fields in front of him. And now Williams looking at the sideline saying, what's the play? He's got his arms up in the air. He says, give me the play.
Yeah,
clock runs.
Last thing they need here is a penalty of any sort. They're knocking at the door.
Caratello stays in the game along with Collins. They now go back behind center. Here's Williams rolling out, rolling, looking to left in the end zone, intercepted. No, then dropped. Oh, it went in the arms, and then it was dropped by McKibben. He had it right in his breadbasket, and his cornerback partner, Garrison Gunter, with his hands on his helmet, because he said, oh, my goodness. Now they're tapping McKibben on the helmet as they head back to the defensive stance, 3rd and 2. Oh, my goodness.
That one was gift wrapped, and, of all the turnovers they've had, that would have looked like the easiest.
Scow to the right of Williams in the backfield as Williams comes under center. Asks Scow to go in motion. The fake pitch back, and Scow goes to the left. The throw into the corner of the end zone. Caught by Chachis. Touchdown. Williams faked the pitch to Scow, who's in motion, and found Sam Chachis all alone in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they desperately needed that, and now they're right back in this game. A stop, and you never know.
7 plays, 68 yards for the score. 9:49 left in the game, 28-13, extra point upcoming. The kick is up, and it is no good. Still a 2-score game, but one of the extra points needs to be a 2-point conversion to try and tie it. 9:49 left in the contest, 28-13 now. Tillamook over LeGrand, and the Cheesemakers will get the football back. Too early to try an onside kick, Coach?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You don't want to give any momentum back that you just gained. I think if you go down and you got the wind behind you, so you should be able to get them somewhat deep. You get a 3-and-out or a stop and get the ball back, and, there's plenty of time.
Tillamook took a 7-0 lead after the first, made it 14-0 midway through the second. Then LeGrand punched a score in the second quarter, made it 14-7, and then 14 straight points for Tillamook in the third quarter. Tigers have finally answered with a touchdown here to start the fourth. It's a 28-13 game in favor of the Cheesemakers, and they're going to get the football back. We think, as the Tigers teeing it up, and they'll kick it straight down the middle of the field, a bounce, and it's taken on a hop at the 10-yard line, straight up the field to the 15, 20, 25, sliding forward near the 30 to the 35-yard line, and taken down there.
Returned by Gunder.
Garrison Gunder with the return. And good field position for Tillamook, who's now thinking about ball control and the clock. And with those two running backs they've got behind Hoskins and Werner and Whitlatch, they certainly have the recipe to be able to do just that.
They do. It might be a little early to get conservative, so you still want to stay aggressive, but yes.
The turn, the give, it goes to Werner. Werner around left end. He's going to be cut down right around the line of scrimmage as he tries to follow Whitlatch around the left side, but the pursuit by the LeGrand defense is right on point that play, and a gain of a half yard on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. Tigers and the Cheesemakers entertaining the fans here on a frigid Saturday night in Gresham, Oregon. 34 degrees now as the mercury dips even closer to 0 degrees Celsius. Handoff will go to Whitlatch. Whitlatch is going to be stood up, and backwards he goes for a loss of 2.
Yeah.
So maybe the Tigers are thinking the same thing, that it could be conservative play calling.
Yeah, the Tigers' defense have all of a sudden has come alive, and a lot of times an offensive score will do that for your defense. And yeah, there is a ton of time left in this game, so they get the ball back. There's a lot that can still happen.
Well, this is where LeGrand has had a problem on defense as well, is getting off the field on 3rd down. There have been plenty of 3rd and more than 8-yard conversions by Tillamook tonight. Probably about 2 too many for LeGrand's liking. Spread out the field with 2 wide receivers to the right side of the formation. Whitlatch and Werner in the backfield, and it'll be a keep by Hoskins to the left side. Hoskins going to slide up the numbers, and down he goes just over the 35-yard line to the 36. Not nearly enough to get the first down, and now kicking into the breeze with a 4th and 9 to go. Tillamook's going to give the ball back, and that was a possession that only lasted a little over 2 minutes.
Yeah, and like you said, they're kicking into that wind, and we've seen that wind knock down some of these punts. So look for the Tigers to get the ball somewhere around midfield possibly.
Perlman will catch the ball inside his 25-yard line. Awaiting the kick is Scow, standing at his 36. High snap. Perlman's got to pull it down, and it's almost blocked again. High up in the air. This one's not going to go very far at all. In fact, it's going to go backwards, and it'll be down probably about a yard past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that's about a 1 to 2 yard net. A great play by him to come down with the high snap and get it away. But, boy, LeGrand is got to be licking their chops right now.
Listen, you get this score in quickly again within a couple of minutes at least. We've got ourselves a different ball game now.
Oh, we do.
So here comes Williams, who was shaken up a couple of series ago, back out there with his offense. Starting at the 38-yard line of Tillamook, down by 2 scores. Handoff will go inside, and taken down quickly is Caratello. And he's going to lose a couple of yards as the interior of that front line defensively for Tillamook swarmed the football. Sam Diaz, Austin Berry Killian, and Andrew White in on the stop.
Yeah, they really did. They blew up that play before it had a chance to get started.
Clock rolls, 7:05. It is not the friend of the Tigers right now. You got to move quickly here. Williams looks to the sideline. Maybe a late change to the play. Near side comes Collins as the wideout. In the slot near side is Scow. Up to the top of the screen goes Chachis. Williams asking for the football. In motion comes Collins towards the formation from left to right. Now he spins back out, looking down the line. Williams holds it up. He's got a stutter, and he's going to be dropped down back behind the line of scrimmage. That play got blown up, and the reason it got blown up is because Gilbert Whitlatch held his position and made Williams make a decision to pull that ball down and not toss it out in the flat to Collins. And a loss of 2 more on the play, and the Tigers are behind the sticks now. Third and, third and 18.
Yeah, and a lot of momentum that the Tigers had gained has just been stolen right back by Tillamook.
Line to gain is down near the 28-yard line. So Williams brings them up. 6 minutes left to the game. High snap. Williams contains. Throws it down the flat. Inside. Caught by Chachis. Down at the 25. That's enough for the first down. Diving with blanketed coverage all over the top of him by Gunder, and Chachis makes another big play.
Yeah, it was really good coverage. I didn't think that ball had a chance, but he found him and came up with the huge play that the Tigers needed.
3 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown so far for Chachis. Still life. You got a heartbeat if you're a LeGrand Tiger right now. Caratello to the left of Williams in the backfield. 1st and 10, 25-yard line of Tillamook. Back to pass. Williams looking, scans the field. It's got a lot of open room if you get to the corner. He tries. He gets to the end. He goes to the 20. He scoots over to the 15. He's down to the 10. He skips down the sideline up the right and out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Stops the clock at the 7. It's 1st and goal.
And they do have new life now. He was looking downfield. There was nobody. The coverage was there, but he found a little bit of space on that outside and was able to make a play and get down to 5-4.
1st and goal to go. Ball marked outside the 5-yard line at the 6. Caratello to the left of Williams. 3 receivers stacked to the left. High snap. Williams gets it to Caratello. Skips inside the 5. Dances to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Like Lazarus, they are rising from the ground. The cowbells are ringing, and there's joy still in Mudville.
Now what do? You go for 1 or the 2?
I think we're going for 2 here. Yep. I think you got to go for 2 here. Because that last kick did not look like it was filled with confidence. So 28-19, Tigers down by 9. This is a big 2-point conversion. Caratello in the backfield does a single step back under center as Williams sends Scow in motion. Here's the pitch. Here's the throw. The catch. Chachis. It's good. The Tigers are alive. Rising like a phoenix. It's 28-21. 5:05 left. Where are you going? You stay right where you're at. We got ourselves a ball game again.
Boy, do we ever.
How quickly it turns. And now you can see the energy. Well, we can. You can't. I'm going to describe it to you. The energy on the LeGrand sideline. They were walking around and just kind of slow rolling it, and now clapping hands and jumping around, popping each other on the pads. And on the opposite side, Tillamook still looks steely determined, like they know they can finish this deal off. What they need to do right now, with LeGrand only having 1 timeout, is string together a couple of first downs.
Yeah, if they could put together any kind of drive here, they could kill a lot of this clock and the momentum. But right now with the Tigers, they've got it on their side, and they're rolling.
The approach on the kick, high end over end, will be taken by Gunder at the 10, 15, 20, up near the 25. Ball's loose. It's down on the turf, but it's recovered by Tillamook. Oh, goodness. Tyler Moncrief just saved the day for now for Tillamook as he recovers the fumble at the 25-yard line. So here comes the offense now for the Mooks. 4:59 left in the game. 28 now, 21 Tillamook over LeGrand. 1st and 10 for Tillamook at their own 25-yard line. Tigers with 1 timeout, Tillamook with 2. As we approach the 7 o'clock hour, we are into the 7 o'clock hour now, here on this Saturday night in Gresham, Oregon at Barlow High School. 5 up in the box for the Tigers. Long look at the sideline by Hoskins. Now he gets the ball. He hands it inside to Werner, and he is going to be stopped up the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, that Tiger defense has really stepped up the last couple series, and absolutely nothing there. And yeah, there's a lot of time left in this game. Tillamook's going to have to get the ball, get a first down or two.
Herleman, let's watch him down to the bottom of the screen. He's the wide out. Top of the screen goes Gunder. And inside play action, rolling out is Hoskins. He's going to get swarmed under, and then he escaped. Still rolling, throwing on the run. Wide open, and a catch by Herleman at the LeGrand 46, and that could be the backbreaker.
Wow, what a play. Kept that alive with his feet and was able to find a receiver downfield. Remarkable.
28-21. They're going to mark him down at the 47-yard line of the Tigers, and they were chasing Hoskins around, who was running for his life, and he had to make sure he was going to stay behind the line of scrimmage. And he did by 2 yards, and on the run found Herleman. 2 in the backfield. Werner and Moncrief. Handoff. Werner, left side, following his block to the 50-yard line. 45, 40, and out of bounds. Stops the clock. That's the only bad thing he did there instead of staying in bounds. He did get the first down. New set of downs at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, really nice run there. And now you just feel that momentum is completely shifted back to Tillamook. And now they can chew on the clock a little bit with 3:34 left and only 1 timeout for the Tigers.
28-21, Tillamook with the lead, trying to protect it here. Now they've moved deep into LeGrand territory at the 36-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Again, the Tigers still sitting on that 1 timeout. 2 in the backfield, flanking Hoskins. Handoff, Werner, left side, short side of the field. Scoots it up to the 30-yard line, down to the 25. He stays in bounds, and he's got another first down.
Pretty much the same play they just ran it, and almost an identical result. Nice big pickup, picks up the first down, and now the clock will keep running because he did stay in bounds.
And the sands slowly slipping out of the hourglass on LeGrand season. They cannot stop Tillamook here.
I don't think slowly if you're a Tiger. It's moving way too fast.
2 wideouts to the right side. Herleman in the slot. Outside of him is Gunder. It's Werner and Whitlatch in the backfield behind Hoskins. Gets the snap, hand off this time. Whitlatch lost the football. It's loose on the field. Tigers have it. The Tigers have recovered. Are you serious right now? LeGrand's got the football.
I am speechless. I mean, they were just a play or two away from putting a knee down. And now the Tigers have the ball.
LeGrand will take over with 2:42 on the clock, down by a touchdown, and they're at their 31-yard line. The wind at their back. The sails are up. Does Logan Williams have some magic in his right arm? Williams out of the shotgun. 3 receivers stacked to the left. Handoff inside goes Caratello. He bounces off the 40-yard line. He drives those legs forward like pistons near the 41. He's going to be just shy of the first down.
That will keep the clock moving as he is short of the first down.
And quickly up over the ball are the Tigers. You got to hurry here with 2:20 left in the game. Caratello shifts to the right side of Williams. Down 28-21, approaching 2:15 left. Williams back to pass. Williams looking, cocks it, fires down the right sideline. Chachas had it and then dropped it. Right in his arms. On the run at full speed.
Oh, man.
And it just flipped through his fingertips. That ball hitting his fingers has to be like a brick hitting concrete.
Wow, and I thought it was hard to tell from here, but it looked like he reached out with the one hand and it almost stuck, but not quite.
Right side is Scow. Left side is Chachas as wideouts. Single setback Carrotello to the left of the quarterback, Williams. Here we go on a 3rd and 1. Back to pass, deep drop Williams. Lot of space. Shuffling his feet, still shuffling. Now he's going to move. Dive to the right side. He can get the first down if he tucks it under. He does. Up near the 45 and out of bounds. Stops the clock with a first down at the 47-yard line of LeGrand. 1:53 to go.
Yeah, that was really smart. He wanted to unload that, but thought better of it, and they still needed to pick up the first down, which he did. So there's plenty of time still.
1:53 to go. Tigers down by a touchdown. They are 53 yards away from Pater. Then the question becomes, well, let's not get there yet. Let's just wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm getting way ahead of myself. Chachas and Scout at the top of the screen. The LeGrand faithful swelling with support. Back to the right side. Williams back to pass. Throws it deep downfield. Looking again for Chachas. Incomplete. And is there a flag?
There's
a flag. There's a flag on the Tillamook sideline sitting at the 34-yard line. Pass interference. Tillamook. 15-yard penalty. It's going to give the Tigers field position now at the Mook 38-yard line. 1:46 left.
Unbelievable. What a game.
Coach, we have had 3 great games.
Yes, we have.
Succotash. Here we go. Scow on the outside of Collins in the formation to the left side. Carrotello to the left of the quarterback, Williams. High snap, he's going to pull it down. Roll to his left, fire over the middle. Intercepted! It's intercepted by Hurleman, and that could be it for LeGrand. Six turnovers on the night, and that last one cuts the deepest. And the Tigers, a valiant effort to come back, and Tillamook can pretty much run out the clock. The Tigers only have 1 timeout left. They don't need to get a first down.
Wow.
And for the LeGrand Tigers, a valiant effort, but it will be in a losing effort here at Barlow High School. 1:35 left in the game, and victory formation for Tillamook. They just have to snap it a couple of times. I don't even know if the Tigers would even take a timeout. They've got one left. And the Tigers will take the final timeout.
You may as well. You never know. A botched snap.
All right, timeout on the field. We'll take it as well. 90 seconds left, 28-21, Tillamook over LeGrand, the 4A state championship semifinals on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Need some extra spending money? Want to be active and stay connected to the games you love? Become an athletic official. It's easy. Visit www.newofficials.org. With the recent decline of a number of officials, we need you now. It is your opportunity to give back to the Oregon high school sports community. Be part of the OSAA's statewide sportsmanship initiative. Don't delay. Become an official today. www.newofficials.org.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Victory formation for Tillamook. They take a knee. LeGrand cannot stop the clock. And I think they can take it one more time. Possibly they'll need to they could take it one more time. It's 3rd and 14. And Tillamook is going to escape Barlow High School with the win. The Tigers with a furious rally that just falls short after that was, I think, the 3rd interception of the night. It was by Logan Williams to go along with 3 fumbles, and that just really made it impossible to try and overcome. Now they have to run a play because they needed to run a few more seconds off the clock. And now it's 4th down, and I believe they might have to snap it here, Coach.
Yeah.
I think it's a 30-second. They've already set the clock. Let's see. The officials will let them know if they need to snap it or not.
I don't think they're going to need to.
Well, if they don't need to, the game's over right here. If they do, then it'll be only like a second left on the clock. Tillamook has not been to a state championship game since 1977. They're heading back. They're heading back to the state championship final. Tillamook awaits the winner of Estacada and Scappoose for the 4A championship next weekend. Final here from Barlow. Tillamook 28, LeGrand 21. We'll take our final break and back with the wrap-up here on the OSAA Radio Network, powered by Pacific Office Automation.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years, so we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
The OSAA Foundation is making great strides in enhancing the future of Oregon high school activities, from getting kids out for activities, keeping them safe while playing, or helping schools develop new programs. The OSAA Foundation is here to assist. Since 2005, the OSAA Foundation has donated over $1 million to member schools. Find out more information on how you can get involved at osaafoundation.org.
What's stopping you from going to school and learning new things, or buying an old car to make it new again? Do you dream about building a business, exploring new places, or even buying your very first home? Whatever you're trying to do, On Point Community Credit Union can help you do it with low interest loans, credit cards, business banking, and more. On Point. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This is Peter Weber, Executive Director of the Oregon School Activities Association. Thank you for sharing our belief in what high school activities can do for our students, our schools, and our communities. These events serve as a tribute to the dedication, determination, and resolve of the young people competing, as well as the school leaders, athletic directors, coaches, and officials who work together to ensure meaningful participation opportunities for students. Thank you for your continued support of Oregon high school activities.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers file out of Sam Barlow High School's field here in Gresham, Oregon, happy and victorious as they set down the LeGrand Tigers 28-21, and they punch their ticket to the 4A championship next Saturday at a site to be determined. Check osaa.org for the site and time on Saturday for the final, and it will feature either Scappoose or Estacada. They just started the fourth quarter, and for Estacada, they have taken the lead. They were behind most of the game, and now they've taken the lead 14-7 over Scappoose. Our Moda Health players of the game, OSAA proud to partner with Moda Health to honor one player from each team as the Moda Health players of the game. Moda Health players of the game are for the LeGrand Tigers, Joshua Collins, and for Tillamook, Judah Warner. Congratulations to these players on a great game. Thanks to Moda Health for sponsoring this recognition program. Moda Health, where health matters. Let's bring in the coach, Tony Statson, one last time. And, Coach, you have to wonder, and especially for LeGrand, they're probably going to go back in the rearview mirror and say, what happens if we don't turn the ball over 6 times?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it is what it is, though. I mean, that's sports, and you got to give them credit for fighting back, continuing to not give up despite all the mistakes that they had, and it still had a chance at the end. So great season for both teams. Congratulations to Tillamook for moving on.
Judah Werner finishes with 29 carries, 100 yards, and 4 touchdowns. All 4 scores for Tillamook in the victory. Tanner Hoskins, 11 totes for 45 yards. Gilbert Whitlatch in the second half, 7 carries, 38 yards for Tillamook. Hoskins was 8 of 16 through the air for 80 yards, a long of 28. On the other side, LeGrand, who finishes their season at 9-3. Logan Williams was 6 of 18 with 3 interceptions, a touchdown, 76 yards. Also on the ground, 12 carries, 95 yards and a touchdown. Dominic Fields, 9 carries, 37 yards. As LeGrand, 158 yards on the ground to Tillamook's 180, 76 yards through the air, 80 for Tillamook, so fairly even. 260 yards in offense for Tillamook, 234 for LeGrand. 9 penalties on the Tigers for 72 yards. Those 6 turnovers were the backbreakers. But hats off both these teams. Tillamook moves on. They'll face either Scappoose or Estacada. Right now, the Rangers in the lead over Scappoose. And congratulations to all the participants. As we saw here, we had 3 fantastic football games here, Coach. And can't wait. There's more to come Friday and Saturday championship weekend in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to top these games that we saw the last couple days, but looking forward to it.
All right, that's it for our broadcast here. Final score from Barlow. Tillamook 28, LeGrand 21. The Cheesemakers advance to next Saturday's championship game. See osaa.org for game time and location. For the coach, Tony Statson, Steve Walker, and the entire staff here from the OSAA Radio Network, I'm Danny Havel. God bless and be well. This is the OSAA Radio Network.